think from the title, like we can already guess like what this video is about or what I'm just talking about in this video. Me is struggling because I don't know if this is something I want to put out there. Not because I'm not ashamed, or no, not because I'm ashamed, or it's just because sometimes the world puts you in this perspective where the only thing you want to put out is the good, and sometimes there's bad and uglies, and it's like, why can't I put like different parts of my life that I'm willing to uncomfortable putting out or comfortable putting out there, just because of people are going to see like certain things or people are going to react like some type of way. Why should my activities be limited to someone's perceptions, or you know? So I'm just struggling for real, and I've sat here for like 10 minutes contemplating, but I'm just really going to get over and done with it. This is something I planned to do earlier, like just talk about my 400 levels so far, and then I got triggered to talk with, as per the title. You feel me? So I was like, I feel like it's something I just feel like coming to talk about. I wanted to update you guys like naturally, just chit chat. What is it being? Has pharmacology, has pathology being? But yeah, shocker. So if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, like, share, turn on your post notifications, stay tuned for more content. Please, I don't want to do no soppy content like this ever again, like where I'm just I don't like it. But sometimes you just have to come on here and be real, you feel me? So yeah, as you guys can already see from the title, I'm going to, I'm so disorientated look, because I don't usually do this type of stuff. So it's like, how do I really go about this? And it's like, should I just leave that part and just talk about what I really want to talk about, or do I just or yeah? So basically, as I said earlier, like I really wanted to film this video updating you guys about like, how is like pathology and pharmacology being so far and everything, like how am I like really feeling and everything concerning school. But then my anatomical pathology result came out. So basically our first exam is supposed to be in 8 weeks, which I think is about a week or two from now, about less than a week for real. So but because anatomical pathology is really bulk, like the lecturer made us like write our exam in like 4 weeks and then write the next one in 4 weeks, just so like we really do better, which is crazy because the like general result was not the best, based on our expectations, like like we're writing the first 4 weeks. So I always have faith. Like even when I feel like I don't do well, I'm always going to say I'm never going to fail. Like I can't fail. It's not in my gene. I'm going to put so much effort. So my result came out. Like I've been dragging. My result finally came out, and I was so scared. I know I wanted to film like a reaction to the video, which I did. You guys are going to see it. I know I wanted to film a reaction to my results. So we were having lab practicals when they said that our result had come out, and I was like, I'm sure if I'm not looking at the camera, maybe I don't know, I will get there. But yeah, so our result had like come out during our labs, and the lecturer was like, oh, you can go see if you want to see, go upstairs. And then during the lab switch, that was my second lab of that day, and then I was like, oh, I really want to see my result, but I want to film it, but I have just my phone. So I airdropped the results because I already downloaded it, guys, and I airdropped it to a friend, and I was like, okay, can I see the result with your phone and record? So I went to an empty lab where I'm grateful I was the only one there. And here's the video, so you guys just okay. So hi guys, it's literally a random Thursday, but my anatomical pathology result just came out, and I really want to check and just get over and done with, and I wanted to record, so I don't even think I can. Jesus. Oh my god. Okay, so yeah, this reaction was literally right as my lab was happening, so I needed to go back to my lab, and if the results had dawned on me, I would have started to weep and just cry. Now I already knew that generally a lot of people did not do so well. You feel me? But me, I don't like to, some people derive comfort from me. A lot of people not do well. So to be fair, like, it's not just you. But me, I tell myself I'm different. Like, if a lot of people are doing well, they're doing well. If they're not doing well, they're not doing well. I don't care their status. I don't want to be compared to the class average. I want to do well for myself. Like, that's the goal I set for myself. It's a personal thing, to be fair. You feel me? Other people might not agree with it, but that's just my cup of tea. So yeah, I can't believe I'm saying it. So I went back to my lab. Just a little bit of like story about that day. I went back to the lab. I had a blunt reaction there because I hadn't processed everything. And processing everything in front of people was going to be way worse. So I had gone back to my lab, did the whole thing, and I kept on checking it. I tell you guys, I checked this result like 50 times, and I was like, ID number, is this really my number? Is this really my number? Is this really my number? And I was like, it just couldn't see that was actually my result. Yeah, so I got a 45/100, which is really bad for me. You feel me? Because it's never happened before. I've never failed in my life. I have failed. I remember in primary school I failed music and I think it was in primary 2. It was like closing day and I came and I saw my result and I saw 2 F's. I couldn't believe it. My dad was just staring at me. So I always put so much effort. Like, I know how good I am. I know how good I can be. I know what it takes me to be there. So I genuinely always try. Like, it's a personal goal thing I've set for myself. Same way your body temperature is 37 and that's the regular thing. That's where I've set my goals. My goals may not still be people. To be honest, okay, like, that's fine. Everybody has different goals. People have goals higher than mine. So yeah, my goals are to do better. So when I saw the results, I couldn't believe that I felt like a 60 something. Like, it didn't make sense in my head. I knew when I wrote the exam that it wasn't the easiest exam. I knew I was confused writing the exam. I knew I was not the most confident after the exam, but I had faith. Like, you will not catch me say I failed until I see that result. You feel me? I was not about to speak negativity over my life for no reason. So I had left it in the hands of God. And I thank God for peace that I have, you feel me, today filming this video. Because I tell you, it was a wreck that night. I cried, and I cried, and I cried, and I cried. And I just wanted to call my mom and scream. But I don't really told her about how difficult my exam was. So I didn't know how, like, actually going to tell her that, like, I don't want her to be driving or just, like, because she's never heard me cry. Like, I literally was crying, like, and if I had called her, I would have just and I didn't know if I really wanted to put her in that kind of situation. So I'll do my things by myself under my duvet. You feel me? So yeah, that was basically like that day. And I think I don't want to say upset, because fair enough, you feel me, but what triggered the tears and like what made it dawn on me was after doing the practical. Everyone was like, oh, like, why are you finding your face? Like, you that you already got a 50, because normally 50 is pass, right? 50 is pass. Like, you have to get a 50 to pass. And then I was just like, can you all just like keep quiet, like, GK? And you're like, what do you mean? Like, you're already got a 50, and then maybe realization like later dawned on them that and like, I'm not upset about it. It's just like sometimes when people have expectations of you, which is fair, like we need to have expectations of certain people. And my friends, I want all my friends to do well. So I know that Nana, this is what you can do. Messi, this is what you can do. I need to get there. Like, you feel me? Fair enough. But it was just at that point where like you're so low and you're like holding so much tears, and people are like, oh, like, why are you upset that you already did so good? And it now makes you realize that like you've actually, I don't want to say let people down because I owe them nothing, but you like it was bad, you get, for them to like not even think I have an opportunity to be upset, and I was upset. So it was just more like goodness, like, what the hell, like reality check, like reality slap type of thing. And I started to second guess myself. I was supposed to read in the bus, like, on my way back to hostel, but I couldn't read. And I was like, if I put so much effort into this thing and I didn't pass it, what am I doing? Like, what am I actually reading? Like, how am I going to pick up myself pick myself up from this. Like I had a lot of schoolwork to do, and I was just there, like I couldn't believe it. And then like in the bus, I literally just wanted to hug somebody so bad and cry. But then I felt like everybody would be able to correlate it and just be like, oh, it's because of the result, because you just literally came out like before we were about to like close for the day. And I was like, I'm just going to take it all in and just go to my room and, you know, please, you feel me? So it really upsets me because I know in my heart of hearts, I know that like the work has been bulky. Don't worry, I'll get to the gist of how Founding Level has been so far. I know that the work has been like bulky. I know that it has been draining. I know that it has been unbelievable, like the hardest thing I've done in my life so far. But I did not decrease my efforts. The same thing I would have done for every exam that I wrote during my MB or my past years is the same thing I did now. I will read it twice. I will go through everything, go through my highlighted stuff, you know. There are notes I even went through 3 times. Like we had like 30 notes for our 4 weeks, and I read all of them. I read them twice. You feel me? So I was like, it's not a thing of I didn't put so much effort or I decreased. Like I was looking for a loophole, basically. Like, okay, can I tell myself that, oh, like, you know, like, you didn't read this notes twice, or you know, like it was hard, so you couldn't read it twice. I was trying to look for like where to enter. And because I had put equal amount of effort in my own understanding, I didn't have a loophole. So I was just faced with the reality of, with all my efforts, I still failed. You feel me? And it might not resonate with people, but it's the hardest thing to deal with. Yeah, I remember in my 200 level, my first anatomy result, the first result that I ever got in my 200 level was a 55, and for 2 days I was mute because I couldn't believe, you know, generally, again, the results wasn't the highest, or it wasn't the highest or the best, but I was just like, why me? Like, this is not what I want. And from then I put effort and I put effort and I put effort, and 300 level I only got A's in anatomy, and it was like a conscious effort. And I was like, that didn't repeat for 300 level, and now I don't want that to now be like a thing. 400 level was like, why is the first result? Okay, I could have done with a 50, like I could have just taken it, but like a 45 really was a freaking punch to the throat. Please, guys, I'm talking about me and just me in this video. I don't care if you got less than that, okay? It's not about you, it's about me. So please, I don't want anybody saying that, oh, people did worse, people did. That's not my business. Like, is Gigi the YouTuber's YouTube channel for Gigi the YouTuber? You feel me? So I'm pretty much okay about it now. I'm not okay with this score. I really wanted to do better. I couldn't believe it. I was like, should I go to the lecturer? Should I? But I don't want him to know me or like know my face or just be like, oh, like it's not really like him to me. I don't want all those kind of situations. So I was really trying to avoid it. So I was like, it's something that I really have to like sit down. It's something I really have to take. And I feel like what disturbed me or hurt me the most was that like I don't have a mechanism going forward, because it's like what I usually do to like write my exam, what I usually do is what I did, and it's like if I do the same thing and I still didn't do good, like what am I going to change, or what am I actually going to like do now that's actually going to make me like genuinely do better. So it was the most painful thing ever. Maybe I've gone through more pain, but in that moment I was so heartbroken. You feel me? I just couldn't believe it. It was a punch into it. Like I couldn't, like, I was still thinking about it. Yesterday I was with my friend in food court and I literally was just ranting about like how this actually happened to me. Like when I say I've never actively like failed in my life, so you can tell like how bad it actually affected me, like so much. Oh my god, I'm talking about it now. It's making me tear up because it upset me so bad. And then it's like I don't have a mechanism going forward. But yeah, like this is the first time I ever failed in my medical school. And yes, I know that pathology and pharmacology is hard, like people say, but I don't want that to be my story. I want it to be hard and I still want to pull through. I want it to be hard and I still want to pull through. I still want to get where I want to be. I want to say I want to get an A and I want to get that A. I don't want it to be hard and I have to do with like, okay, you can at least take a 45, like you can at least like you got there. I don't want to keep myself in that like little space of like you still did well. I want to at the same time not beat myself up about it, but try to push myself forward, like try to push myself more. type of stuff. So it has just been a little bit navigating. But yeah, that's basically the reason for the thumbnail. So the title is not a clickbait. It actually happened, and it was really difficult, but I'm fine and I'm going to do better. And I promise you guys, and I say in front of God, in front of man, in front of everyone watching, that I will never ever fail again. I will never ever fail. If it means sleepless nights, if it means overreading, if it means what, I will never ever fail. This is my motivation to all of you that are watching me, like that are below me in like in class and whatever. I'm putting this out there because I'm not about to come here and say I got an A in my MBBS exam, but not tell you guys when I didn't get that A. No, I don't. When I don't get the B, or when I don't get the C, you feel me? Like sometimes you can fail and you pick yourself up. Like I said, like my first score in anatomy was a 55. Now, a 55 may not be bad to some people. A 55 is someone else's goal, but it wasn't my goal. And I picked myself up and I genuinely put effort. I don't think it's impossible. I don't care the workload. I'm going to genuinely put effort. I'm never going to fail. And I'm going to come back to this video when I'm done with my 400 level MD and when my result comes out. And I will say, I said I was never going to fail and I'll never fail. So yeah, that's basically about it. Oh my God, I'm so happy that I actually got through this whole thing without bragging. I'm happy because I had to shift this video because I'm not about to talk to it in my worst state. But yeah, back to let's just about how 400 level has been. Guys, it has been a lot. I don't want to complain because there's a scripture in the Bible that says something about not worrying or not complaining. It really doesn't change anything. But I just want to tell you all, basically, raw, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's like I'm being taught like 200 level and 300 level in one. The workload, guys, I haven't found a pattern yet, and I feel like that's what's disturbing. My exam is actually in 1 week plus. You feel me? Okay. My heart goes out to everyone above me, everyone 500, 600 level, and even to my classmates that we're all going to pass this thing. Even if they say that right pattern farm, all of them that same thing, will pass this thing. Because what do you mean? It's not bigger than God. But yeah, back to the real thing. So yeah, pathology is divided into hematology, microbiology, anatomical pathology, and anatomical pathology is also histopath, like histology path. Histopath. Nobody ever says histological pathology, and then chemical pathology. So it's 4, and then pharmacology is just pharmacology. I heard that there was systemic and something, but we learn it as one so far. So yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but anatomical pathology, that's a subdivision of pathology. It's like the bulkiest. It can literally be when you combine micro, hema, and chem path together. Anatomical pathology might still be more than it. So it's a lot. It's like in one day we can learn as good as 10 stuff. Like the way the timetable is arranged, I have my classes 8:30 to 12:30, then 12:30 to 2 is like break, and then 2 to 5 is like another class or practical on some days. And it's like one teacher can have you like 8:30 to 12, which is about 4 hours. Yeah, it's just 4 hours, but in that 4 hours they can teach as good as 4 notes. And like, it's not like back in 200 300 level where it's like you see this lecturer's name, then you now see carbohydrates, you now see this lecturer, you see protein. This one you can see this lecturer, you see carbohydrate, you see protein, you see lipid, you see like nucleic acid. Like it's like so, it's a lot, and you're just like taking it all in, and like you're mixing. Like you might learn hematology, pharmacology. So when you're going back home, like you have to be reading. I mean, I say I literally read every day. If I'm not reading every day, then I'm finished. I'm writing reports or I'm writing my assignments. And guys, the assignments are so overwhelming. I've had like a lot of assignments so far. Jesus. Every day it's like, this teacher's assignment is due on. You're just like, how many they give this on? It's a lot. And now we're starting practical. I started practical recently. We did start it like I think the first 4 weeks. So I've liked the practical so far. Okay, I'm going to insert like some clips of a practical. We did this microbiology like report. I mean like lab on we're trying to gram stain, and it was just so cool, like seeing bacteria. And I'm saying, is it bacteria that gets those of us excited? But just so I'm going to insert like all these videos. Hi guys, so it's a random day in microbiology lab, and we're gram staining. It feels good to be doing something that is so different. Guess I'm sneaking to record. Ew, it's my wig. Okay, but see you guys soon.
To get this 50 like how? How am I going to book it?
Guys, isn't that bacteria so cute? Where's the slide? Casey, can you see? What I'm saying? Hey.
Then there's one fix.
Hi guys, welcome to the land of bacteria, where we play with bacteria and have fun with bacteria. Guys, I may not have started recording you. Let me check. Jesus, I rebuke. Okay, I actually clicked the record button. Oh yeah. What else I really want to tell you guys? There's really nothing much. You know, when you're stressed, then like you kind of adapt to the stress that there's really like you can't even complain anymore. You're taking it as part of life. The first few weeks were really rough because I was just like, it's like they were just hitting me, and I was like, what's this? It's like notes are piling. And because we had that exam, like a lot of people were focusing on the anatomical pathology exam a lot, that all the other notes were just piling. So now we are dealing with like notes, and now our exam is, like I said, in a week or two. On Monday and Tuesday of that exam week is seminar. Then we have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and we have 5 topics, 5 courses, basically, like I had mentioned earlier. So if you have 5 exams to write in 3 days, you can imagine that you're going to like join them together. And I've told you that none of these courses where we have like less than 25 notes. All of them are a good 25 and more. So it's just like, do you really? And there's no lecture free week in 400 level. Guys, prepare. All of you are really licking ice cream, eating pizzas and shawarma in 200 and 300 level. There's no lecture free week. Like my exam ends on Friday. My classes end on Friday. Next week we have exam. Exam ends on that Friday. Next Monday there's class waiting for you. Because it's a reality check. It's a reality check, like the biggest slap. And I don't know if getting this result was, a good thing, because it really did bring me down. And at the same time, just made me realize that I have to sit up. It's just that I like, what really am I doing? Like more like, what am I doing? Sometimes I reach like the days where like 30 hours, because it's like it's not enough to read anymore. You pull an all-night time, it just feels like you did like a 2 hours night prep, and it's just like, bro, like you can literally stay on one note for long. Most of these notes, guys, they're a good, like, I don't know why a note is 99 slide plus. Jesus, like, when does someone actually want to finish? Like, educates me. Educates me. Pray for me, guys. It's been really tasking. If honestly, I'm getting used to it. I like it. I like connecting. Like I told you guys, I went to like the hospital like this summer, so like a lot of stores are like making so much sense, and it's so exciting because I was just like, oh my god, I remember when they say don't use diclofenac for Pepsi Ultra people, and then use a diclofenac instead. And then I'll now like be learning about like classification of like NSAIDs, and I'm like, oh my god, like, okay, they said don't use it here. Like this is making like way more sense. Like I'm connecting the dots like a lot, and because I've like experienced these things like physically, it's exciting. But yeah, like most of you are wondering, why have you not started going to hospital yet? The hospital stuff starts in March, so now we're in block 1. I've still not understood how this 100 level really moves for real, but I know there's intro to block 1, which was the first 4 weeks. Now we're in actual like block 1, and now we're writing block 1's half exam. The thing is, but after block 1, which ends in like February or so, then we start doing like our our like hospital postings. Then it's to end in like June, I think so, or like I don't know. But then after that we'll come back for block 2, then we'll now write our MB and 500 level, period. So yeah, I just wanted to update you guys. Although like I really wouldn't have, I would have liked to just come and give this gist and not talk about one result that I didn't do well. But honestly, it's going to serve as a motivation to a lot of you. Whether you're failed, you've passed or whatever, still put effort. Read. Don't kill yourself. Don't try to not be overwhelmed. But you have to study. It's like that's what you're made for at this point. You actually have to get serious. You don't want to be called to have to like resit an exam. You have to put so much effort, and like this exam was a reality check for a lot of us, because none of my classmates ever want to resit. So we are genuinely trying and putting our efforts into life. So to you guys in 200, 300, 100 level, whether you're studying anatomy or not, read, put efforts. Like, you really never know where one information you have is going to play out in like one thing or like the other. So, and also feel free to advise me, guys, like if you're a 500 level or a 600 level or a doctor like watching this video, feel free to tell me what steps to use to know all these drugs they're giving me in pharmacology, because it's a lot, but it's interesting. Like, to just, I don't know, it's like so easy, like connecting, like, oh my god, no wonder told me not to take this drug, or no wonder, like I said, to feel this way. Like, I don't know, it's like exciting, but it's just like it's a lot. And it's like the biggest thing right now is retentive memory, because you can read and realize that you're not retaining anything. And like sometimes it's very scary, because it's like, I read this thing yesterday, I read this thing 2 hours ago, like why am I not remembering anything? But it's because you're putting in so much. And a lot of times where I just want to cry out of frustration and just scream, it's like, this time I'll use it and cry. I can also use it and read 2-3 pages. So I've been so used to like bottling up like however I feel. So coupled with like my result, like when it came out, I took a break. I mean, it was 4 hours I slept, but at the end of the day, I took a break and I just let my feelings out and like reoriented or reorientated. I honestly reorganized myself. You feel me? I've tried to let it not affect me. I've tried to let it not make me feel like I'm not going to move forward, because that's the last thing God wants. I've tried to put myself in a positive mindset, because doing this holiday, I've seen a lot of doctors that said, I repeated my 5th year. Although I don't want that to be my story, but it's just that, like, look at them now. They're like freaking in the hospital, like consulting. So like, I'm not about to make like one bad result like determine my whole year. I'm not about to make one, I don't even want to say failed. I didn't fail, I just didn't pass the way I wanted to. And I think I realized like yesterday that like 40% is what's actually needed. So 40% is actually a pass, and I got a 45. So it's still a pass, but it's like, I don't know, I'm not so sure of this information, please. Plus also because I'm used to the 50% like of like back then, like 200, 300 level. I'm so used to it. I was just like, shit, like I failed. I didn't pass this exam. Like, I couldn't believe it. I just don't believe it. And I feel like I keep on talking, but I think this is the last thing I'm going to talk about. I feel like with the way the exam was structured, like instead of saying like something so direct, like, okay, which of the following are not true, like which of the following is not true or something, they'll be like, the following are not true, or the following are not incorrect except. So you'll not be like, okay, if something is not incorrect, that means it's correct. So that means they're trying, like, you actually have to like deduce it. And it's like sometimes the questions have an except, but they want you to pick the most one. So I struggle with the structure, because sometimes I know the answers, but I'm like, okay, do they want me to pick the most? Do they want me to pick the least? So I feel like it's something that I'll get used to like moving forward. But I thank God for strength. I thank God for happiness. I thank God for joy. I thank God for even giving me the strength to move forward and pick up myself that same night and still read. I thank God for my support system. I thank God for my friends and everyone, like, you feel me, I thank God for Priya. Oh my god, I met Priya. That's why you guys actually gave me this praise, like, because I was ranting to her. Priya literally listened to me for over an hour, and I was just talking. So I'm just happy. Sometimes you just need people. You need guys to check. You can't do this thing on your own. Like, okay, you might not have friends, but have people that you can go to sometimes when you need them. You feel me? So I'm happy, and yeah, I hope I've been able to really cover all I wanted to talk about and just update you guys. I'm not gonna remember one interesting thing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not putting in the video. But yeah, that's really just it. You feel me? This is like a random Saturday, and I'm supposed to be reading or sleeping because I just finished reading, but I felt like talking to you guys. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you have found some sort of inspiration. I hope you know that it's still okay to not do so well, but it doesn't define who you are. I hope you know that you're good. I hope you know that you're great. I hope you know that you're beautiful. I hope you know that you're going to pass. I hope you know that you're not going to fail. I hope you know that you're God's favorite. Period. Because I know. So like, comment, subscribe, share. Stay tuned for more videos. Give me content ideas, and you guys, I might be MIA for just a bit because my exams are coming up and I want to be an academic weapon. So when I come here next time, I'm telling you guys, I got an A, I got an A, I got an A, I got an A, I got an A. Period. Because I don't want to come here and say that I at all ever again. So I'm happy. Love you guys, and see you in my next YouTube video. Also, I don't think I ever said that if you're new to my channel, like, welcome, subscribe, oh, no fights. And if you're here before, I love you genuinely. Yeah, that too.